Hello friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel for those of you who are new. In today's new video, as you can tell, it's a little bit of a different setup today. I have my Christmas tree up already, since it's like 'tis the season to be jolly. But the reason why is because I want to start a new series on this channel. Now it's not going to be like a weekly basis thing, it's going to be more of like an every week to week, or every other week type of thing. Just because I want to give you guys time to send me different things and whatnot. But this series is going to be about me reading your confessions, of course anonymously, as well as giving my advice on some of the situations if advice is needed. That's a big if, because sometimes my advice is not going to go for the best. But nevertheless, without further ado, let the first episode of Tea Time with Francisco begin. So as you can tell, I already have my glass of wine, Pinot Grigio, of course. Very good. And let me go ahead and get my tea journal that I have right here. I have all my
deepest and darkest secrets written in this.
No, I actually don't, honestly. But, okay, let's scroll. So the first anonymous journal that was, I've written from one of my followers on Instagram says, I was supposed to hook up with this one individual, although it ended after I gave a stranger my address instead of the person I was supposed to hook up with. I accidentally got the wrong number and sent this man my address. First of all, it's time to pack up your things and move to Mexico. My advice for that, don't be a dumb. I'm just joking. But my advice to you on that was, I really don't have any advice on that. Honestly, at this point, I would be so terrified for my life. Personally, I would get a ring, those little ring doorbell thingy-majingies. I would get one of those. Secondly, get security cameras, and then thirdly, a bodyguard with me the entire time. Do I have any of that money to do so? I do not. So I would just recommend the ring, or, move apartments, one or the other, whichever is cheaper and whichever comes first. That's my advice to you. But I digress. The next one from Anonymous says, I met this guy on Bumble, and at first we both agreed that it was just going to be an FWB situation. For those of you who do not know, look it up. If you're under 18, don't look it up. Nevertheless, I digress. Although, after doing the naughty 3 times, I quickly caught feelings. Last time him and I hung out, we did the naughty very quickly, more than usual. And then we hung out with his friends the rest of the night. After that, I got very scared and nervous, considering that he did not want anything and I did not want anything. What should I do? Well, sweetie, considering I've never been in this situation before, I don't have much experience to tell you. Although what I would tell you is that if you do have feelings for him, and if he did treat you a certain way and treat you very nice, I would have a talk with him at least. While maybe the talk doesn't go very well, at least you're not wasting your time and you're giving yourself time and respect at the end of the day. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, you guys. But you always want to give yourself some self-worth, okay? And at the end of the day, if that's what made you happy, go for it. I support you fully. The next one is, I melted a Tupperware container on my stove. First of all, how did you do that? Genuinely asking. Is that just me? I don't know if that's just me. Anyways, I melted a Tupperware container on the top of my stove. What should I do to take off the plastic? Now, I don't know, sweetie, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to take off plastic off of the stove. I really don't. Perhaps maybe melting it with a paper towel on it. That might work. I don't know. Or getting a new stove altogether. Or maybe if you live in an apartment, telling your maintenance team. I feel like that would work really, really well. But I really don't have any advice on that, considering I don't know how to take off plastic. I would just say burn it off again, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Next one. The next one is, I think this is from the same person, to be quite honest with you. I'm not even sure. But it says, I broke a glass on top of my pot honestly, I could see how that one I could see like happening. What should I do to be less clumsy? You guys are really asking me some questions here. But, you know, it's making me think. It's making me grow as a person, too. Perhaps just be more cognizant of your surroundings. Placing surroundings around you that, like, you know, you see and, like, you know, practice, like, not touching them or practice moving them quickly. Like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I don't know on that one. I think that's just more of, like, a personal cognizant type of thing. And the last one that I decided to answer today, and when I say answer, I mean I did not have that many submissions for this one, so we're gonna hope for the best, is how can I make more friends? I know the reason why I chose this one to, like, you know, for like my very last one was because as me growing up, and as I've talked about previously in my channel before, I struggled very much so making friends. I went through a period where I thought everybody hated me. And, well, I'm not blaming anybody by any means. I know, like, I was at fault for some of it too. But I did go through a period where, you know, I thought my life didn't matter. And I thought of taking it at some points. I know that's very dark, but, like, you know, I do want to be as raw as possible and be as genuine as possible to you guys. But nevertheless, I went through a phase where I just didn't know. And when I started realizing, like, what worked was when I started being true to myself and loving myself for who I am. Now, perhaps we didn't go through the same thing as I went through, but what I would recommend to you is be the most genuine person you can possibly be. Be somebody who people can't forget. Be somebody who you want to love and you want to be like, even if it's just mimicking them at first, and then from there, gaining your own strength and confidence to gain the friendships that you want at the end of the day. But, as I always say, you don't need friendships to feel happiness at the end of the day. If you have your family and you have your spouse or, you know, your significant other, that's what matters. And if they love you, that's all that matters. Nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Tea Time with Francisco, this little new series. It was a little short of a video, I understand. But, you know, I feel like when it comes to tea time, I feel like it shouldn't be long or, like, you know, that's just my opinion. Anyways, but nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this series today. Let me know down in the comments below what you all think about this new series, okay? As well, if you all have any, you know, stories or confessions or you need advice on anything, please let me know and message me on any of my social medias around the screen. As well, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below, as I just said. Letting me know what you think of this video and what you want to see in the next videos. Nevertheless, thank you guys again so much for all your support. It really does mean the absolute most to me. This week was a little bit hard, you know, social media wise and whatnot, but it does mean the most to me that I have you guys at the end of the day. I love you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Here comes Santa Claus right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blixen.